I've been told to make a video blog by Lizzie and Amy because I'm really bored and I have nothing to do. So I'm making a video blog because I'm really bored. So, what to talk about? When I went to the Guildhall Theatre School audition, I realised I didn't want to be an actor anymore because I have enough self-respect, maybe that's the wrong way of putting it, but I have enough self-respect not to want to be an aardvark. And apparently one of the things at Guildhall is for a term you are an aardvark or another animal, but either way I just didn't want to be an aardvark. And that was the point I realised maybe acting is not for me, which was kind of a big crush because after about 15 years of saying I'm going to go to drama school and be an actor, I was suddenly facing the truth that actually I didn't want to anymore. And that was a big thing because acting is a very easy thing to say you want to do, and it means that you have a bit of focus and you work towards it. And it's very jolting to be suddenly thrown, and I've tried to avoid it because in my first term of second year I got into King Lear and I played Edgar, and I began to realise I didn't enjoy acting anymore, which was quite upsetting for obvious reasons. But you know, I kept going and kept saying it's just because it's crap student theatre, it'll be fine, just keep going. But the truth was, it wasn't crap, it was good theatre, it was a chance to do stuff. And if you're an actor you should enjoy theatre on whatever level, really, and that wasn't for me. So it's taken a year and a bit, and it took going to drama school auditions and watching all these very desperate people happily debase themselves in front of invigilators for the hope, and like the meanest hope, of a place at drama school. And it took that for me to go, actually no, I don't want this enough. I'd love to act. I'd love to be on a professional stage with a good part, but I just don't have the tolerance, I don't have the preparation to take all the little shitty parts. And I know there's a say, you know, what was it? There's no small parts, there's only small actors, but that's just not true. If you walk on and put a sword on a table, you're not going to steal the day. So, actually, looking back on it now, I've enjoyed the bigger parts I've had, the bigger roles, but I don't get scared anymore. Which is really weird, because you should do, because you're about to walk on stage in front of a bunch of people. And you find yourself sort of artificially making yourself scared, but it doesn't really do it, does it? Because then you're just going, oh, I'm totally scared, and you're not. I'm a little bit, so you're just trying very, very hard to make yourself feel like you used to. Kind of as if I've outgrown acting. They say actors are often like children, but for me it was just, I don't know, quite scary really. And you refuse to believe it. Like one of my best friends here at uni, she kept telling me about this boy when she was abroad who kept distracting her and stuff, and she didn't really like him and she just wanted him to go away. And then I got a letter about a month later saying, actually, I've liked him all the time, I was just trying to stop it, and now we're going out. And they've been going out since. And I think in a way it was kind of like that, just trying to kid myself that, you know, no, it's fine. I really do want to act. But I didn't. You find yourself telling people on trains and stuff that you do. and it's all you've ever wanted. And, well, that's not true. And then sometimes I wonder if it's just me lashing out at Dad because he says I should go to India and be a businessman, because he doesn't really understand that even now the theatre is still where I want to work, and now I'm like looking at directing or producing roles which have a lot more power. I think I like power. Not an evil megalomaniac way, well, a little bit, but everyone does. But yeah, realising I don't have the strength of character or the want to go through being an aardvark or servant number 2 or, I don't know, unnamed actor who moves box on stage for lead actor to stand on. I don't. It's almost as if you've been dreaming and you've woken up a bit, and what you've always assumed to be true isn't quite anymore. It's quite scary. But you know, we move on. And sometimes you sort of just deal with it, don't you? I like to perform as myself. I like that I walk into a room and 80% of the people are saying, "Who is he?" or they know me. I like the knowledge that I'm not forgettable. Maybe people always say, "Oh, you can't be remembered," but I don't care about after I die. I'm dead. But here and now, if someone doesn't remember me, I don't get offended, but I take it by surprise. People do. People you wouldn't expect to. I don't think that's being cocky. I think that's probably the hearing aid as well. Quite a unique feature. And I think maybe that's why I wanted to act, because the attention I got on stage was like the attention I got off stage, and that's something I've always enjoyed having, but now I've learned to differentiate between the two, and actually I don't really get any pleasure from becoming someone else. And I try very hard to make it good, because I think if you don't make it good, then what's the point in doing it? But at the end of the day, we're here for at least 70 years, unless something horrific like a car crash or cancer happens. Maybe even 80. So I think if you take a bit of time to work out what it is you want, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But it is scary. I don't want to be one of those people who is in a cafe having tea with someone in 30 years' time and saying, "Oh well, I never really tried." I don't want to be the person who sort of says, "Oh well, you know, I got by. I did what I had to do." I want to be the one that puts in more. But to do that, you need to know what it is you want to do, and I find I'm beginning to flounder, which is a bit shit. There you are. Soulful confession. I'm not very good at them. People don't like it when you try and be soulful. Apart from in music. They want you to make them laugh. They want you to be their perceived version of you. They want you to put on that character. People like me because I am naturally quite dramatic and flamboyant. But I've been in moments when I've not felt it. I've just wanted to sit quietly, and I've had people say to me, "Why aren't you being yourself?" But as soon as I put it on, and I mean put it on, I don't feel it. I make it up. On their smile goes. I think we're all tortured. in some way. Some of us in, cheerful ways and on that shit, but everyone's got their own stuff, haven't they? But you don't talk about it, because that's just selfish. I have friends who are going to be doctors, and they've said all their life, I'm going to be a doctor. And I imagine it'd be worse for them, because imagine if coming out after, 6 years? 6 years of training, and then they don't get anything, or they don't want it anymore. Imagine that, coming out after years and years of such expensive training and actually going, I wish I did philosophy. I wish I'd gone into law. You can't really change at that point. At least I can change. No one wants to admit it. But the world is kind of scary. We all cling to our little facets of life that we're involved with. Work or school or university or projects or being in societies. Because as soon as you zoom out even a little bit, the fact that we are so insignificant and everything we do matters so little is extraordinary. We live in a world that encourages us to focus on ourselves, and as soon as you take that away, as soon as you put it into a massive thing, massive context, then it all goes kind of upside down. Alas. In With Nail and I, when he plays Uncle Monty, Richard Griffiths has this speech where he talks about people moving on. He says, I don't know where he is now. He probably winters at Glyndebourne with his mother. A cat, rain, vim under the sink. There is no true beauty without decay. So that's it. That's it.